Alright, so Naruto Shippuden episode 349, the first start of the Kakashi Anbu backstory. Very good how they set this up. I'm looking forward to more of the episodes, learning more about Kakashi, about the things, in terms of the village and how it's going to progress and move forward from where it is now. But a lot of great aspects from this episode definitely sprouted. One being, we learn a lot more about the post-actions of war. We see that the village is definitely battle-worn and exhausted from engaging with other villages. And treaties are going left and right. We get a treaty to the Stone Village. We had the Sand Village at the beginning, as well as Haruzen, giving people orders to let people know, hey, we're trying to end this war. And it's obvious that, the war is finally ending, but somebody doesn't want it to end, and that's Danzo. Now, I can talk about Danzo all day and night because he's a scumbag in my book, but, the fact of the matter is he just went on a rampant. He was just distraught, and he was like, I need this war to keep going. He lost comrades, which is very unfortunate, but at the same time, would your comrades really want you to continue a war that everyone's trying to end? So, and one of the great things that I learned, which was very canon material in my opinion, was the fact that I always thought that the third Hokage stepped down from his position due to his old age. People were wondering, I thought it was like, hey, people were wondering, is he going to die of natural causes? Can he still defend the village? Is he getting too old for the job? And that's why they appointed someone like Minato, who was a lot younger, wiser, very skilled also, and it turns out it wasn't. Danzo was freaking butthurt about the fact that he couldn't couldn't extend the war in his favor. So in the end, Haruzen took responsibility for that. He stepped down, and he was like, all right, I'll step down. I don't want any bad blood between us. We'll start anew with a new Hokage. And then the funny thing, Danzo goes and tries to appoint Orochimaru. Now, we also see in the episode that Orochimaru at this point, he's far gone. He's already doing experiments. He had the vials. He was in that little lab, and he had like the snakes in the jar. So this dude's already on the dark side. He's already doing experiments. He's learning about jutsu, and he's just not a cool dude. And he's already in cahoots with Danzo, and Danzo's already corrupt as hell. So I'm really glad that he appointed Minato, and a lot of the other elders and officials agreed with him. I was surprised that those two fodder elders agreed with him because ever since we can remember, they've always sided with Danzo with everything, whether it be with Itachi, whether it be with Kabuto, whether it be the Akatsuki. I don't know about the Akatsuki, but Danzo's just a piece of shit. He ruins everything. But other than that, what I really loved about the episode, two main things that I loved and I was so happy to see. One was the Leaf higher-ups that we know now, but as kids we saw Genma, who he still had the toothpick in his mouth. We saw Guy, Asuma, Kurenai. So that was pretty cool to see. As well as Kushina. We got to see her in this episode too, Naruto's mom, and I was really happy to see her. She had like her hair up. Her hair is red, long red hair. That's why that's like the best thing I love about her. And she doesn't have the belly bump yet, so I'm guessing she's either in early stages of pregnancy with Naruto, or he hasn't, he hasn't been born yet. Like, it's obvious that we can't see it. So she's either pregnant or she's not pregnant yet. So we got to see her as well. But the second half of the episode was based more about Kakashi, his aftermath of losing Obito, of taking Rin's life for reasons unknown, and it was very hard to watch to see him go through that alone. The fact is, Minato wasn't there when he lost his friends on two separate occasions, so that's one thing, but at the same time, this has resulted him in being very antisocial, about being distant with everyone, not wanting to eat dumplings with his friends. And seeing, having these horrific and these vivid, horrific images of Rin being stabbed with his Chidori, and it was really sad to see because it's gotten to the point now where he's at such guilt that he can't bring himself to use his Chidori, and it's evident because he goes on a mission to deliver a peace treaty to one of the villages, and he can't even use it because there's like this fodder ninja coming in, and if it wasn't for Guy, he could have probably been killed because of this whole, the whole Rin situation. And, so that was something that was really, that's the focal point. Like, how is he dealing? How is he holding up with the fact that he lost Rin at his own hand for reasons we don't understand, which is now why he can't use his Chidori, and the fact that his best friend gave him his Sharingan eye, and, how is he upholding that? So towards the end of the episode, I believe Minato approached him because he obviously senses that this is a result of, these conflicting issues, and he appoints him. He's like, hey, I want you to be my right-hand man. I want you to be there for me. And I want to be there for you. And I think that was pretty cool because at this point it is the fact that Kakashi is very lonely at this point, which brings up a really interesting point. I remember when he was trying to tell Sasuke back in part 1, he's like, hey, don't go after revenge. It's better to just stay with your friends, the people that can fill in the hole in your heart. And he brings that up, and then he tells Sasuke, he's like, everyone you're talking about that you want to kill to make me feel the same way you felt are already dead. So that's the first thing that came into my head the second this episode ended. But towards the end, so badass. He puts on the armor, he puts on the sword, he equips the mask, which the mask makes the outfit. I'm sorry, the mask makes the Anbu outfit. And he looks so badass, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he's gonna go in, and more importantly, how he's eventually going to overcome his doubt, overcome his guilt, and move on with his life with the fact of learning and knowing that, his friends are gone. There's nothing he can do about it. All he can do is move forward. But that's all I got for this review, guys. Thanks for listening. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'd really appreciate it. But that's all I got, and I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.